Wheat, Grana, Wheat, Mini Bong, and welcome back to my channel, where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. So, we just had another Fan First Friday. I need to make sure you say that one correctly, make sure your teeth are all in correctly for that. But this was done by the guys over at Hasbro Pulse. This is the second one that we had. So, we will joined again by Rachel, and today we had Mark, who's a product designer, and he also told us that he has a Transformers tattoo with a Decepticon logo, so he's obviously well into Transformers. And to be fair, the guy did seem quite excited by a lot of the molds that are coming through, and you can see his classic G1 stuff hanging behind him as well, so that's always nice to see that the people talking to you, at least one of them, has a genuine love for the product itself. They took us through a whole load of new reveals, and I'm glad to say that this on par was definitely better than the last one. There was a lot of recolors and remodels and all this kind of stuff, but overall, yeah, this one was definitely better. So let's run through actually what we got with this one. So it opened up with Rachel and Mark just having a chit chat as always, and the first thing that they approached was the fact that on the last one, Rotorstorm, he had the wrong head. So a lot of the fandom kind of picked up on this and were like, oh, it's the wrong head, it's the wrong head, that's wrong, they haven't even changed anything. They've now fixed that. They've gone back, they fixed that straight away, and now Rotorstorm has the correct head, which is always a bonus for your Transformers to have the correct head. And then they broke straight into the Top Gun, so the Top Gun reveal. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I've done a video on this once today this week already. So yeah, you can see, you know, the alt mode. Gary himself said he worked on some of this, but one thing they did speak about on this was something called new tampo printing, which is what they are using to do the weathered look on the jet. So that's quite cool that we learned something a little bit about that. I personally like this figure. I've already dropped my pre-order on this, so you'll definitely see this reviewed on my channel in the near future. Then, oh, I want this. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to purchase this in the UK, but they showed us an amazing t-shirt for the Siege. I keep expressing my love for the artwork of Siege, and they showed us that you're going to be able to pick up a t-shirt soon. So really hope that I'm going to be able to get this in the UK. If not, guys, in the States, you're going to be able to pick up this from Hasbro Pulse. It's really nice. Then they went into the next wave of the Netflix. They just gave us a quick reminder of the original Netflix molds that we've already seen. And they hit us up with the first one by showing us a look at not RC. Almost gave it away then. Elita 1. Got a little bit excited about the Elita 1, and then he said, oh, I get massive RC vibes from it. And then sure enough, the figure of it is a remodel of RC. So you can see where we're going with this one, although the chest and the head is different, and this looks good. Don't get me wrong, I probably will pick this figure up. You've got the NAF-ish car mode that looked good when they first did it, but now that I've seen some of the transformation and the way that RC is looking and working, I haven't held RC in my hand yet, but I'm a little bit down on that figure. Probably will still pick this one up though, just to have Elita 1 in the alt mode, because the alt mode does look pretty good, especially if you remove that damn backpack. So then we move on to the next one. I got super excited when they said about this, because they said, and you're also gonna get a Wheeljack in this. I was like, oh, a Siege Wheeljack? Are we gonna get Wheeljack's alt mode? And then I saw this and I was like, oh no, not unless they've remodeled it. Basically it's just Earthrise Wheeljack, who is slightly more weathered looking. Unfortunately, we get the Earthrise version of the alt mode. So yeah, it's the Netflix. I wonder if this will be this can't be Netflix Siege. This is just the Netflix version, so his alt mode will just be this. Yeah, a little bit disappointed. I was really hoping for the classic Wheeljack from Transformers, the first episode where we see him there. Could have been a perfect opportunity to get a Cybertronian version, unfortunately not. Then, another recolor of Sideswipe, so we're getting Red Alert, more weathered version of Red Alert. Gigawatts made from this. This has got to be one of the most used molds in Transformers history now. It's slightly more weathered here. This is a massive pass for me. I now have 4 versions of this mold already. If I get Gigawatt, I guess that counts as a 5th. I'm not looking to get this mold again, so this is a pass for me. Then they sold us about Impactor, and this Impactor looks awesome. Brighter yellows, metallic purples. I'm disappointed because today I bought Impactor. I ordered Impactor today from Star Action Figures, along with a couple of other things, and then they released this. I would have chosen to get this one, so for me, probably won't pick this one up now, but this does look pretty nice. Then probably the biggest reveal of potentially the whole show, I guess, because we'd seen a lot of other things leak and hadn't seen this one leak. But they showed us Bumblebee and how he's going to look in the TV series. Then they showed us Bumblebee's figure, which of course is a slight remold of Cliffjumper. So he looks a lot like Cliffjumper. However, the alt mode for this is phenomenal. This looks like a really beautiful alt mode. Bot mode looks okay, but I think I will probably get this and I'll just keep it in this mode. I think this looks incredible, so really looking forward to that. You can also do some dodgy big cannon gun thing with it, but hey, it's whatever you want to do. So that's probably, for me, that's a pretty nice, exciting figure. They then showed us and reminded us that each one comes with a piece of Teletran 1, so Sideswipe, Hound, Chromia, which we already have with the Mirage and Scrapface, and then also Bumblebee, Elita 1, Wheeljack, Impactor and Red Alert all comes with different pieces, which is nice. Then they also told us a little bit about they're going to do some reissues of Voyager figures, so we're going to get a Prime with this 2 Battle Masters. So they showed us the Prime and how he's going to look. They did like a wraparound image of how the 3D model looks in the TV series, and then showed us the Battle Masters that he is going to come with. So the Battle Masters that he's going to come with, the first one is called Anorax, and it turns from a bird into an axe. And then Shelderon, and 100% if I end up reviewing this, probably won't, but I will start calling this Sheldon 100%. So it comes with Sheldon and Anorax, both are made of Energon, is what he said. So these are Energon beings, Battle Masters. Nice. For me, probably won't pick this up though. I don't need this version of Prime again. Certainly not with a trailer, without a trailer. Then something that I do find quite interesting and has answered a couple of my complaints about this figure from original release. So Soundwave is going to get released in pure G1 colours. Nice, and with the alt mode that a lot of us have already done by removing the arms. So I guess that they found a way to fold the arms into the legs, or I know that you can get a kit from is it DX? I can't remember who it's from, but you plug these 2 sliders into the back and you can slide the arms back. So maybe this figure's going to do that, but he's now going to transform into his classic tape mode, which is pretty cool. He comes with Ravage. I don't like these tapes in Siege. Not great looking tape, but it looks okay. But it's not great. Laserbeak looks alright. I think this looks different to the original release of Laserbeak. I might be wrong. I don't own this figure, but I think to me this looks a little bit different and looks a little bit more G1-esque. So something to think about. Price point on this boy is what will stop me from getting it. I really like the Siege version in its bot mode. I think its other modes are awful. So I'll see the price point on this. I don't own either of these tapes, so if I can get it for a good price, I probably will pick up this version of Soundwave. Then something that's always quite interesting. The War for Cybertron has another spoiler pack. So spoiler pack version 2. So this one has a Decepticon logo on the top, and we're told that it's a leader class. So it doesn't leave you a leader class figure that's inside. So it doesn't really leave you too many options, right, with what's actually in it. So for me, I think it's got to be Megatron that's inside this. I'm pretty sure that's one of the only leader classes, or is that, no, that's Voyager class actually, isn't it? So interesting. Do you think this is where Galvatron might come from? Will Galvatron be in there? I don't know. Write in the comments, guys, what you think is going to be inside this one. I think it's Megatron, although they have already done a version of Megatron. So, maybe it's a dead Starscream. Could be a dead Starscream, because I know Starscream probably dies, right? Let's see. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm excited for these spoiler boxes. I really like my Magnus, the recolor that I got in that, so I'll be interested to see what comes with this one. Then they showed us Exhaust. I'm going to skip past this very quickly. We've all seen Exhaust. We've actually seen people do in-hand reviews of Exhaust. Wheeljack, they did mention that he's going to be a mercenary, and this is one of the first times that they've put the mercenary logo on it. So yeah, interesting. It's not a figure I'm overly hyped about. Then they showed us Grease Pit. Again, not something I'm overly hyped about. We've seen this around for a while now, but this was, I guess, was the official release. I think if you go on eBay, you can actually pick this guy up already. He showed us some in-hand picks and how you can still turn him into a tower. So yeah, and then also something that we've seen about for a while, which is Hubcap, which is basically Cliffjumper with another head. He got very excited about the alt mode and how you could put the wheel skids on it, but it's exactly what you can do with Cliffjumper. So everything that you can do with Cliffjumper, you can also do with Hubcap. So then we get to Ramjet and Dirge. These are the Coneheads twin pack release. This is going to be an Amazon exclusive. So very interesting. I don't know where we'll be able to get these from in the UK, but we usually can get these from In Demand, or sometimes they even appear on Smiths and stuff like this, or even Star Action Figures and Kapow. So keep your eyes peeled. I think there's a lot in about 10 minutes while I'm recording this. At about 4 o'clock today, there's a lot of pre-orders going up on UK sites for some things, so hopefully we'll be able to find them on there. But these Coneheads look great. I think they look really, really nice. Obviously based heavily around the Seekers that we have already, but you can see how good these look. Very, very detailed. Everybody loves the Conehead molds, so I'll be interested to pick these guys up. Then the second twin pack that got released was the Prowl and Ironhide. Awesome artwork on the front cover of this one. Ironhide looks pretty nice. I really like his bot mode here. They're doing the same thing on all of this, and they keep saying you can pull his back off and turn it into a hoverboard. No, I hate it. Just looks crap. Shield idea is quite nice, and apparently this one can also be put on the floor and he can stand near it to fire a cannon off, which looks good. I like that idea. The shield idea I like a lot more than the hoverboard idea. Always looks a bit bizarre to me, but overall this looks like a really nice figure. The Prowl figure looks good. Obviously, I think this is just a recolor of Smokescreen, right? But very, very nice, really nice, very G1 looking, really nice red crest on his head, and the alt mode looks really nice as well. Both together, these form two halves of the same, similar to Alpha Strike and the Seekers pack that we had in the Siege line. So yeah, a couple of nice figures. Probably will pick both of these twin packs up. Really, really nice. Then they showed a clip of the Transformers, the movie 86, and I don't know if they didn't have the money to pay for the sound, but they did a dodgy voiceover with it, which was, yeah, yeah, we'll leave it there. If you watched it, you know what the voiceover was like. But it was to bring us to what they said was the biggest thing that they were releasing, which is called the Pit of Judgment. So this is the Pit of Judgment from the 86 movie. They showed us first of all Kranix, which is a little figure, non-articulated little figure of Kranix. I know that they've done this so that everything kind of scales a little bit on here, but I really wish we were getting a different version of Kranix that was articulated and things like that. That would be nice. Always a figure I've wanted to pick up, but it looks okay, maybe a little less painted. My brother actually suggested that this looks like a 3D printed cheap model of it, which I guess it does. They then showed the Sharkticons, and the reason for the discoloration on these Sharkticons they added was because this is taken from the Floweriri original design of the Sharkticon. So that's an interesting little touch there that I didn't know. So that's nice, and I can appreciate the colour on this a little bit more, being different to the 86 movie. They showed the alt mode. We know this figure. We've seen it around for a long time, this version of Nor. It's been KO'd, it's been all kinds of things. Then we have the not the judge, we have the prosecutor, and the prosecutor again not too articulated, but his head does, and that bottom piece that he rides on can come off. Then we got the bailiff. Now when I first saw the bailiff, I wasn't too impressed with what I saw. I didn't really like the colours and things, and I'm actually growing to like this guy a little bit more. Yeah, he's different obviously to the version we get in the movie, but I really like the head sculpt in the bot mode, and the shininess in parts of it, and this cool little weapon that he comes with as well. So I'm a little bit more enamored with this figure than I was when I first saw the recolor. The judge, obviously the judge looks great, main piece of it. I'm excited to pick this up. I like the fact that he can hold a little gun. That obviously goes back to the plague, I think, the one with the hate plague, where they go to the Quintesson planet and you can see him trying to get away and shooting at things with his little gun. So that's pretty cool. That's a little flashback to there. They showed the spinning action in motion, which we've not seen before, so that was quite nice. But then they showed the alt mode, and for me this is such a throwaway alt mode. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. Now that we get a Kranix, it makes a little bit more sense, but I still think, for me, it would have been, I know it's a transformer, so it has to transform into something, but I really wish they just hadn't. I'm already getting a Quintesson. I've already got my pre-order in for this guy. I probably will pick up this set as well, so I'll transform this about once and then it'll never get transformed again. Then they showed us the packaging. Now the packaging is cool because the packaging turns into this diorama. I'm surprised that they showed this picture of the diorama, because in one part it looks cool, in another part it looks like it's about to fall apart any second now. Those walls will cave in. I think if I get this, I might try to attach the diorama to some wood or some stronger card or something, because the fact that even on the product shots it's caving in, yeah, it's a little bit flimsy. Looks like a great idea though, don't get me wrong. I just wish that the execution had been done a little bit sturdier, and I guess that us as collectors, we will make this a little bit sturdier. They showed us also the back print. The back print is from the movie itself, and that's some really nice artwork there actually. I like that. And they showed us that the instructions, or the destructions are actually going to be in colour. A full colour destructions. We don't really get that too much in War of Cybertron, so that's nice, and he actually did point that out. What I find interesting is that it says War for Cybertron, and then it's got the movie logo down the bottom. So is this in preparation for the studio series? As we go through this now, we're going to see more movie moments come through. So are we going to see some Junkions and maybe have something on the planet of junk? Are we going to see something around battling Unicron and all this kind of stuff? It'd be interesting if they give us some more movie moments like this, and this is probably a nice place to start. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. For me, this was a much better Fan First Friday than the one that they did last time. Hats off to the guys over at Hasbro for this. I was down on the last one, didn't really like it too much, but this one, well done. You know, actually showed some newness on some figures and not just repaints of other things. There were some actually interesting topics for us all to sit around on a Friday and have a gas about. Alright guys, so if you like what I'm doing around here, give us a like, a share and a subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. In a bit. Peace!